Hello friends, today we are going to talk about the things of toxic people and how to deal with them. We have all had toxic people dust us with their poison. Sometimes it's more like a drenching. Difficult people are drawn to the reasonable ones, and all of us have likely had, or have, at least one person in our lives who have us bending around ourselves like barbed wire in endless attempts to please them, only to never really get there. 1. Signs of toxic behavior. If you want to learn how to deal with toxic behaviors from the people in your life, you'll have to first try to identify it, which can be tricky. People that behave in toxic ways are often skilled at hiding their destructive behavior until you're already in committed or long-term relationships with them. This could be true for a boss, friend, or significant other. Over time, their toxic qualities might become more clear. But there are some telltale signs you can be on the lookout for early in the relationship. A person with toxic traits may be judgmental, needy, mean, dishonest, denialist, narcissistic, controlling, calculating, verbally or physically abusive, emotionally inconsistent. 2. Failing to take responsibility. People with toxic traits can sometimes refuse to admit when they've said or done something wrong. They may not take responsibility for their own actions or feel the need to apologize. They may find a way to shift the blame to you or try to defend their offensive behavior. This is often true in abusive relationships, where the person who is abusive might accuse the survivor of goading them or doing something to warrant the abuse. 3. They'll keep you guessing about which version of them you're getting. They'll be completely lovely one day and the next you'll be wondering what you've done to upset them. There often isn't anything obvious that will explain the change of attitude, you just know something isn't right. They might be prickly, sad, cold or cranky, and when you ask if there's something wrong, the answer will likely be a nothing, but they'll give you just enough to let you know that there's something. There are just enough. It might be a heaving sigh, a raised eyebrow, a cold shoulder. When this happens, you might find yourself making excuses for them or doing everything you can to make them happy. See why it works for them. Stop trying to please them. Toxic people figured out a long time ago that decent people will go to extraordinary lengths to keep the people they care about happy. If your attempts to please aren't working or aren't lasting for very long, maybe it's time to stop. Walk away and come back when the mood has shifted. You are not responsible for anybody else's feelings. If you have done something unknowingly to hurt somebody, ask, talk about it, and if need be, apologize. At any rate, you shouldn't have to guess. For that they won't own their feelings. Rather than owning their own feelings, they'll act as though the feelings are yours. It's called projection, as in projecting their feelings and thoughts onto you. For example, someone who is angry but won't take responsibility for it might accuse you of being angry with them. It might be as subtle as, "Are you okay with me?" or a bit more pointed, "Why are you angry at me?" or, "You've been in a bad mood all day." You'll find yourself justifying and defending, and often this will go around in circles, because it's not about you. Be really clear on what's yours and what's theirs. If you feel as though you're defending yourself too many times against accusations or questions that don't fit, you might be being projected onto. You don't have to explain, justify or defend yourself or deal with a misfired accusation. Remember that. 5. They'll make you prove yourself to them. They'll regularly put you in a position where you have to choose between them and something else, and you'll always feel obliged to choose them. Toxic people will wait until you have a commitment, then they'll unfold the drama. "If you really cared about me, you'd skip your exercise class and spend time with me." The problem with this is that enough will never be enough. Few things are fatal, unless it's life or death, chances are it can wait. 6. They never apologize. They'll lie before they ever apologize, so there's no point arguing. They'll twist the story, change the way it happened, and retell it so convincingly that they'll believe their own nonsense. People don't have to apologize to be wrong. And you don't need an apology to move forward. Just move forward, without them. Don't surrender your truth, but don't keep the argument going. There's just no point. Some people want to be right more than they want to be happy, and you have better things to do than to provide fodder for the right fighters. Toxic people are not just toxic towards others, their behavior is toxic for themselves as well, and it soon catches up to them. And just like everyone, even toxic people are capable of change. We might want to lend a helping hand or a shoulder to lean onto the people we care about instead of avoiding them or writing them out of our lives, regardless of how toxic they are. You can offer compassion to such people, but you need to keep in mind that you might not be able to change them completely. If someone wants to change themselves, they need to commit to it completely. You may offer support, but don't do it at the expense of your own emotional resources. Friends, if you like this information, then like this video and share it with our friends too. Subscribe my channel to see more topic like this in future. Thank you for watching this video.